Yeah, let's not dwell on the past. Let's actually look to the future and think about where we want to go, because that is what we do. We're informed by the past, but we also, plan for the future. General Bolden, just playing off of what my colleague talked about, it's my impression that we also have leverage with regards to the International Space Station.
Exactly.
So, in a partnership, we've got that leverage. They've got some leverage. But the end goal, if we're looking toward the future, is commercial space travel and moving folks forward. When I do look at the building blocks, it also, in our conversations previously, we do really have a long-term goal to have human space travel to Mars. And you're laying out some steps here and so forth. I had a chance to visit the SpaceX plant down in Southern California recently, and it does look like they're also fairly quickly advancing. Obviously, they've been able to take supplies up to the space station, and they're now also advancing fairly quickly on commercial space travel with humans. Can you give us an update about the partnership between NASA and the commercial space entities and so forth?
I think we should all be proud that that during the period of time that I've been the NASA administrator in the Obama administration, we have stood up a commercial cargo capability. So we are not dependent on any international partners anymore for getting cargo to space. We are diligently working with some of those same partners plus others to bring about a capability in the United States to have a commercial crew capability. NASA does not deal in low Earth orbit access anymore, nor should we, because we have to use that money in order to execute a deep space exploration program.
Great. And can you expand on the asteroid retrieval mission?
Yes, sir.
As a building block and a step into
Yes.
going to deep space as well as returning from deep space?
There are things that we need if we want to go to Mars. And I hope that all of us in this room, particularly those on the committee, will agree with me that NASA's, America's, the world's ultimate goal in our lifetime is to see humans on Mars. If I can get the chart back up, because it would really be helpful. In order to get to Mars, there are things we don't have. We don't have sufficient propulsion to take cargo there, because you don't want to have to utilize your crew vehicle to take cargo. It would take multiple SLS missions to get the amount of cargo to Mars to sustain a human inhabitation there. We need increased capability in something like solar electric propulsion.
Right.
We need to be able to test it. And so our proving ground is the Earth-Moon system, cislunar orbit, where we intend to take the asteroid so that we can interact with it, we can fly Orion there, we can do things, we can develop procedures for extravehicular activity, we can develop procedures for proximity operations, things that we cannot do in low Earth orbit, because that system is different than what we know in low Earth orbit. So I need a proving ground. The Moon is 2 days away. If something goes wrong there, we can come home. Once we launch to Mars in the 2030s, the crew is 8 months away. So imagine Apollo 13. The crew survived because it was a loop around the Moon, and nature took care of it, to be quite honest. An Apollo 13-like incident, the side of the service module blows out right after liftoff. We're going 8 months to Mars, and then another 8 months to come back or more. So we've got to get it right, and our proving ground is cislunar orbit with the asteroid mission, where we can develop the life support systems that are robust. We can't have a cooling system that fails. We can't have the kinds of things that happen sometimes now on the International Space Station. That's why station is used to develop the technologies. They have got to be better, got to be more robust.
And again, if we stick with this theme of wanting to be forward-looking, wanting to dream, which is what we did as kids, right? When we looked at the Apollo missions and putting a person on the Moon, we dreamt big, and then we went out and did it.
Yeah.
That's what we have to do right now. With this goal of human space travel to Mars, it is going to, we don't know how we're going to get there just yet, but we've got to think about those technologies, and we've got to start making those investments. Would that be accurate?
That's very accurate. It is now time for us, and I've asked our people to start thinking about, okay, it is now, we're approaching 2030, SLS and Orion have been proven, we're getting ready to go to Mars. What should we be thinking about now? You got to get to the surface. We haven't even started talking about landers. We have not even started talking about surface systems. That's where the international partners and commercial partners are going to, I think, are going to be vital. Put the chart up one more time, because I need for people to visualize this. This is hard. If you look at Earth reliant, we cannot get to deep space. We can't sustain operations in deep space if we have to come back to Earth every time to pick up stuff. Congressman Rohrabacher knows this. We go through this all the time. We need things like cryogenic propellant and storage. I don't need it right now. So he and I disagree on what the timing is. We're in the just-in-time business. The reason I don't spend the money that you would like to have me spend on SLS is because I don't need a 130 metric ton vehicle right now. I do need a commercial vehicle that I can send my astronauts to low Earth orbit. Now, hopefully everyone agrees we're going to Mars. If we do, hopefully everyone agrees that we've got a crawl, walk, run, and this is a crawl, walk, run. We've got to have a proving ground to develop the technology.
Great, thank you.